Hey guys, David Tao with BarBend.com.
Phil Bleckman with BarBend.com.
And today we're doing our toughest eating challenge yet. We're going to eat like 2018 World's Strongest Man and the mountain who rides on HBO's Game of Thrones, Hafthor Bjornsson. We're gonna eat like him for a normal training day. Now, it's not a crazy cheat day. We've done some weird ones like that, like Terry Crews's cheat day, which we'll link to right up there on your screen. This is just a normal day of eating for this strongman athlete, but not just any strongman athlete. He's 6'9", 440 pounds. So what does the day of eating look like for him? Let's go to the calorie and macronutrient breakdown.
345 grams of fat. 107 of that is saturated. Almost 800 carbs, 363 of which are sugar. And that's mostly gonna be from all this orange juice. And then 557 grams of protein. Let me tell you, we are going to be swole.
We're gonna be huge after this. Now, it is worth noting that we've replicated his diet pretty closely. He actually released a video, or two videos, earlier in 2019 that takes you through exactly down to the gram what he's eating in a given training day. It is also worth noting that Hafthor Bjornsson tends to eat something called the vertical diet, which was developed by bodybuilder and strength athlete Stan Efferding. We actually have a lot of really cool content on that, and we actually break down Hafthor's diet and the vertical diet in this video. Sorry to cover your face, Phil. More in depth. This day of eating veers a little bit off of some of the tenets of the vertical diet, but honestly, he follows it pretty darn closely. So I'm excited to dive in. We've got rice, potatoes, eggs, bacon, a lot of steak, veggies, a crazy amount of orange juice, whole tomatoes, coconut water, protein.
A lot of bananas. We're gonna each be drinking an entire liter of milk, whole fat milk. That's actually the scariest one to me.
Well, the thing about the milk is he drinks a whole liter of milk to end his day, but it's got 64 grams of casein protein in it. So that's gonna be a fun little dessert, but first we have to get through the breakfast. This is 7 meals total. We're about to lead off with the first one.
Yeah, so what we have right now is we have 6 eggs each, 6 slices of bacon each, a cup of oatmeal that includes flax seeds, a banana, some honey, and here's the macro breakdown along with the orange juice. So it's 86 grams of fat, 122 carbs, 47 of which is sugar, and 114 grams of protein.
How many calories in all this whole meal for each of us?
1,715 each.
Start with a little orange juice. Cheers.
Cheers, sir.
So much orange juice.
A lot of orange juice that we're gonna be drinking.
Phil was nice enough to make the eggs and bacon.
Hopefully I seasoned them well enough.
Oh,
Delicious?
delicious.
Delicious stuff.
That's just how I like my eggs. How'd you know?
When it was 6 slices of bacon, I'm like, oh, 6 slices, whatever. I love bacon. And then I'm like actually laying it on the skillet, and I'm like, it's a lot of bacon.
The bacon actually is the least intimidating thing to me, because when I eat bacon, I normally eat like, this is a little embarrassing. I'll eat like 12 slices of bacon by myself. Like I'm known to do that, and actually, I'm not allowed to cook bacon at family gatherings anymore because I just eat it as it comes off the griddle, and there's like no bacon for anyone else. That's an actual thing. I got in trouble for that.
His meals, even though it's a lot of rice that we're gonna be consuming, the carb count is actually lower than you would think until he adds the dextrose. The only difference between David's oatmeal and my oatmeal is the choice of protein. He went with chocolate peanut butter, I went with, it was chocolate lava cake.
I can already tell you the hardest part for me is gonna be the orange juice and coconut water. The sweet drinks is a lot of sugar.
I recognize today's gonna be pretty hard, because I am starting to be like, oh, I'm full, man.
Honestly, we probably could have just done this at gone to like Denny's. 1 meal down, 6 to go. All right, meal number 2 in a day of eating like Hafthor Bjornsson, calorie for calorie, macro for macro. We have a steak, veggie, and rice bowl, and we also have some dextrose and coconut water. Phil, you wanna give us the macro breakdown here?
Yes, so the macro breakdown for meal number 2 is 843 calories, just under 25 grams of fat, 80 carbs, and 70 grams of protein. Now a little bit more detailing, 13 of those grams of fat are saturated, and it's 32 grams of sugar.
And we do have extra dextrose to add to the meal. I'm not sure the best way that we're going to add this. I mean, we could pour it over the rice. We have orange flavored dextrose.
Yeah, orange flavored dextrose. I think that'll give it a little bit of pizzazz, a little moxie.
All right.
For number 2.
Let's give it a go.
That's where I'm at.
We need about 22.5 grams of dextrose now. So something that you'll see throughout this video is us eating a lot of dextrose. And we have a tub of it here. This is actually orange flavored because it's what we had in the BarBend office. We didn't have unflavored dextrose. Now, dextrose is a carbohydrate that Hafthor Bjornsson adds to a lot of his meals. He'll actually cook some of his rice with it. We're just kind of adding it on top of the meals and mixing it in. And the reason he adds dextrose, as explained by Stan Efferding, who's Hafthor's nutrition coach, is that dextrose stimulates the production of amylase, which is an enzyme that helps break down carbohydrates in the digestive system. So it isn't just to add some extra calories and carbohydrates. It does add significant calories to Hafthor's diet, but really it's a carb so that he can better digest carbs. So we're gonna do the same thing. Let's see if it helps. And I do want to point out, I cooked this rice with a lot of butter.
A lot.
Because Thor eats a lot of butter. So this is very buttery rice. Oh, butter and chicken stock. So it should be tasty rice. Let's dig in.
Hopefully it will still be tasty by the end of the day.
Steak is good.
I was fearful of the dextrose coming in, just the idea of adding, you know, literally just a scoop of sugar on top of every meal that we're taking in. But now that we've gotten a couple of bites here, it is making it taste better. That may make it more manageable.
Yeah, yeah.
We also had a scare coming in too, because you had thought that the amount of rice that we were taking was dry rice. Which, if you haven't measured dry rice versus cooked rice, it is a lopsided amount. Like it is an exceptionally larger amount of rice.
Yeah, when you sent me the macronutrient breakdown, before I watched the video of Thor, I was like, oh my God, we have to eat 14 cups of rice measured before it was cooked. But no, it's cups of cooked rice. We're still eating 7 cups of rice each. That's still a lot of rice. I still can't get over the fact if you combine us together, we're not like small people. You add us together, we're not a full Thor. We're not a full Hafthor. Phil's this is a slow eater. I thought you were the pride of Central New York, man.
The position by which I'm eating has shifted backward.
One thing Iceland doesn't have a lot of, trees. But they got plenty of strong men and strong ladies. Very strong country. We'll come back. Meal 3 coming up. All right, this is meal 3. It's much like meal 2 with the addition of potatoes and a banana, and we're back to orange juice from the coconut water earlier. And while I add dextrose to our bowls, Phil, why don't you give the folks at home a taste of the macro breakdown here?
So the breakdown for this meal is 1,171 calories, 25 grams of fat, 97 carbs, and 75 grams of protein. So it's a lot going into meal 3. Are you at all hungry?
I'm not hungry in the slightest, but we're gonna give it a go. So I will say, I like potatoes, and these are mini white potatoes, like Idaho whites. This is actually my favorite potato. Do you have a favorite potato?
I actually lean towards sweet potatoes.
Really?
Yeah, I actually really like sweet potatoes.
I don't love sweet potatoes. I'm just like, I'm not a sweet potato guy.
I have nothing like against any other potato. I just find that I gravitate towards sweet potatoes.
This food is tasty. Like, this is Hafthor, like a normal day. He says he eats this when he's not looking to gain weight. This is a maintenance training day of eating for him.
I don't feel it at the moment as we're eating. It kind of dissipated. But in between this meal and meal 2, I was definitely feeling slower.
I feel like I want to go to World's Strongest Man this year and just be like accepted. It's like if you can eat the diet, you don't have to like be able to lift the weights, just eat the diet.
Do you think eating this amount of food, Hafthor ever gets food cravings?
Do you think he dreams of fasting?
The way that we would be like, oh man, I really want like something chocolate. He's just like, oh man, I really want to have not a meal.
It's embarrassing, I actually can't get this banana open. These bananas aren't very ripe. We got kind of unripe bananas, so. I can hear you breathing. I can feel you breathing, like it's like a guttural. What was the girl's name in Willy Wonka? The blueberry girl? Violet Beauregard?
Violet Beauregard.
I feel like Violet Beauregard right now. I need to not sit. So you just...
Dave is gonna get up and move around for a second.
It's not about how much content
or how many calories we take in. It's about the friends we make along the way.
This is what happens when you don't go to law school, by the way. This is where your life ends up.
Potatoes really are trash. Like, who would want these?
Yeah, finish it. Let's just wrap this one up.
Hello, and welcome back to a day of eating like professional strongman, Hafthor Bjornsson. We are heading into meal number 4. And Phil, in a very short period of time, in the first 3 meals of the day, how many calories have we consumed?
We have each consumed 3,729 calories.
Yeah, this is difficult. I feel like I'm about to pop. I'm gonna add some dextrose to this, which is a thing that Hafthor does.
Yeah.
So
There it is. That's the good stuff.
what I've noticed about this diet is the food is good. It's not particularly like junk food to eat, although I just dumped a cup of sugar on this to help with digestion. He eats 5 meals of this like heavy bowl. There's a whole potato in here. We measured out. We really tried to follow the diet he showed on YouTube, and there's like rice and steak and spinach and peppers and carrots and dextrose, and then you just drop a whole Idaho brown in here, and then we have orange juice and the whole tomato. He just ate a whole tomato.
We're gonna crush a whole tomato raw after this one.
I never want to see food again.
I've also definitely adopted the strategy of just like use the belly as the table.
He does that.
Is this tomato helpful?
It's not helping me with anything. I don't. Concession. This is meal 4. I'm tapping out on meal 4. There are 2 more meals that are just this.
It's
twice
this.
more.
It's this, but with double the rice.
Oh God.
The last 2 meals have 2 cups as opposed to a cup.
At significant health risk, I think this is about as far as we're going to go on meal 4. We may be back later for an attempt at meals 5 or 6. And then Hafthor's got a shake, a big old shake.
Big old shake.
Liter of milk and casein shake. We're sorry, Hafthor. We're going to come up short. We just can't. We couldn't do it. We couldn't eat that much.
You posed quite the challenge, Hafthor.
All right, meal 4 was rough. Rough. Couple hours later, though, feeling much better. I think we might be able to do this.
I think so. I
go for
think
it.
this is finally possible. Still a little stiff though. All right.
Nope. Can't do it.
Definitely not.
Too much.
Too much.
Well, we failed pretty epically at some of those, but we're gonna give the dessert a go, and that dessert is...
So the dessert consists of each of us consuming a full liter of full-fat milk. So this is 2 liters. Each taking down a banana and mixing it all together with 64 grams of casein protein. So what is the macro breakdown of that, you ask? The macro breakdown is 35 grams of fat, 85 carbs, 64 of which is sugar, 77 grams of protein for a grand total of a 945 calorie shake.
Let's just do this.
I'm really excited to not have to chew.
This is a half gallon, which is just a little under 2 liters. I need room for the protein, so we're gonna have to do this in chunks.
Cheers, homie.
Cheers.
And somebody who does not eat full-fat milk very often, or drink it rather, this is very, actually delicious.
I'm trying to get it down before the casein thickens up.
Yeah, there's always room for dessert, right?
Y'all better like and subscribe. I'm serious. Better smash that like button.
I'm gonna lay down.
Yep. I'm impressed that you can still move. Can you develop lactose intolerance?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I think I'm developing it.
Is this spot taken?
Please.
So that's our attempt at eating like Hafthor Bjornsson for a single day. We clearly didn't make it all the way through. He eats about 8,000 calories a day. We made it to about 5,500, maybe 6,000. But hey, we gave it a shot. Again, this wasn't just for fun, although we hope you had a good time. There is some really interesting nutritional science behind the way Hafthor and a lot of the world's largest strength athletes eat. So check out our video in the description below for more info on that. Until then, I'm David Tao.
I'm Phil Blackman.
Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna take some time to digest.
You ever think about like what Hafthor does in like the 6 to 7 o'clock range after he's had 7,000 plus calories, and he's just like, you know what? I can't wait to heat down some milk and then do it all again tomorrow.
I don't want to laugh or anything.
This is gross. He does this every day. Every day. Every day.
I'm feeling hungry.